everyone, this is Heather. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a quick and easy card tutorial for you with a paper piecing technique, and I am making this adorable Hugs and Kisses pink polka dot pig card. Isn't it cute? So I'm using stamps from the latest Stampin' Up catalog, and we're using this pig from this little Piggy stamp set from Stampin' Up, which has some really adorable pigs. If you want to check out my channel, I have another card tutorial using the flying pig card flying past a window. There's also this one with a flower, and the one sitting down, there's clouds and words. It's a really cute stamp set. Then I'm also using the fence from the Garden Girl stamp set, which is a new Stampin' Up set, which is really cute. I love all the stamps in this, but I thought that the fence worked really perfect with the little pig. So you're going to need some white cardstock, some pink cardstock, and some pink and white pattern cardstock. I'm using this polka dot pattern paper from Stampin' Up from Whole Lot of Lovely set. There's these pretty blue flowers on the back, but you could use any kind of pattern paper that you want to add some pattern to your little pig. So first thing we're going to do is fold our cardstock in half, and we're just going to layer up a sheet of the same pink pattern paper with our adhesive runner. And this is just a standard size cardstock where the pink cardstock's been cut in half, and then the pattern paper's been cut to 5 1/4 by 4, and we're just gonna center that down like so. And then we're going to set that aside, and I've got 2 strips of cardstock. One is pink and one is white. The white has been cut to 5 1/4 by 1 1/2, and the pink is also 5 1/4, but this is 1 3/4, so it's slightly wider at the top and the bottom than the white. And I'm taking my black Memento ink, and I'm inking up the fence. And on the white strip of cardstock, on the left-hand side, you want to stamp the fence once, like that. And then ink it up again and stamp it over to the right-hand side of the strip of paper. And you'll have a little bit of space, but that's okay because we're going to cover that up. And I'm using black Memento. I've said this before, but it's just kind of my favorite sort of go-to ink. And, but also because we're using the, I'm using alcohol-based markers. So next I'm going to take the Hugs and Kisses pig, and I'm going to ink it up really well. Make sure there's plenty of ink on there. And I have taken a piece of white cardstock, and I have used the Stitched Shapes framelits dies from Stampin' Up, and I've die cut from the second largest. I've die cut a piece of white, and from the largest I've die cut a piece of pink. But you don't have to use the die cut. I just like the stitched shapes that it shows. If you don't want to use a die cut or you don't have it, this one is 2 inches square, and this one is 2 1/2 inches square. So you could just trim your cardstock if you want. But in the middle of the white piece, so if I can get this centered, I am stamping the pig. Like that. And it's okay if he kind of goes over the end just a little bit. And then I've just trimmed up just a scrap piece of the polka dot paper, and I'm gonna stamp up the pig again on the polka dot paper, and we're gonna use him for the pattern. So we stamped that out, and we're done with our ink. So I'm going to add just a little bit of color And you could use, if you wanted to do this on watercolor paper, you could use watercolors, regular markers, colored pencils, whatever color medium that you have. So I'm going to take some brown ink. Oops, grabbed the wrong one. And on the white pig, I'm just going to add just a little bit of mud, just so it looks like he's, a little bit of brown there, so it looks like he's been playing in the mud. And then on the fence, I'm going to use that same brown and color in the fence posts. And I'm just going to do this kind of quickly. And I kind of like leaving a little bit of the white space showing. I think it looks more wood-like. Don't forget the little planks in there. Get that colored in really quickly. So you can take your time at home. I know I always say this, but I'm just for the sake of time, kind of coloring quickly. So I've left a little bit of white space in there just because I think that looks more wood-like. And then I'm going to take some green and add just a little bit of grass where it's kind of poking up at his feet there. And then I'm going to take a pink marker and I'm just going to go over the Hogs and Kisses words just to add a little bit of color to that. And then on his nose and his little feet, they may not need it depending on the pattern of your paper, but I just wanted to add just a little bit of color there. So next we're going to take the piece that we stamped on the pattern paper and we're going to cut our little pig out. And when you're paper piecing like this, you want to cut right along that black line, leaving as much of the line as you can. Hope you can see that there. But because we've already stamped on the white, even if you trim a little bit too much off, it will be okay because that background line will help fill that in. So we're basically kind of making a puzzle piece that will just fit right over top of the white piece that we've stamped. So you do want to take your time while you're trimming this out so you can get as close to that line as possible. Cut a little bit of that away there. So this is the only kind of time-consuming part, is trimming off the little pattern paper. So the little tail is a little fidgety. That's the only part that's kind of a little hard to get in there. If you want to trim away some of that, make it a little bit easier. And I am not going to cut out the little circle center of his tail. That's just a little bit too much even for me. So get this trimmed away there. Get his little ears. So this paper piecing is so much fun to add pattern and color to an image without having to actually color it in. And for this pig, I just thought the polka dots were just adorable. So there's my little piggy, and I have cut him out as close to that line as possible. And now I'm going to add some, he's all flowered on the back, so I'm going to add some adhesive, make sure I've got a good amount of adhesive. And if you have anything that's where the pieces are really small, you could use a glue pen. Now here's where sort of the puzzle part comes together, and we're just going to line him up over top of the other image that we stamped. And now we have a little polka dot pig. Isn't he cute? It's a really quick, easy way to add some pattern to your stamped images. So now we're just going to add some adhesive to the back of that piece and adhere it to our larger pink square. And we're going to do the same with the fence piece that we stamped and adhere it to our long pink piece. So that's some of that showing at the the top and the bottom. And now we're going to bring our card front over, and once again more adhesive on the back of the fence, and that gets centered onto our card just with regular adhesive like that. And now on the back of the pink piece with the pig, we're going to add some foam adhesive. I'm just going to cut some of these squares down so that they're a little bit smaller. Pull off that backing paper and put that in the center of our card. And now we have an adorable pink polka dot Piggy Hugs and Kisses card. Isn't it cute? Really fun. So I just wanted to show you simple, quick, and easy fun card using a paper piecing technique, and I really hope that you enjoyed this card. Again, it was made with stamps from the new Stampin' Up catalog from Garden Girl and this little piggy, and paper from the new catalog as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my channel. I have lots of other card tutorials. It is kind of a new channel, but I'm trying to add something new every week. So thank you so much for joining me, and hugs and kisses to you. This is Heather. Bye.